Alright, in this video we're going to look at more of the ribbons, more of the tabs. In the last video we looked at home and insert, and now we're going to look at the rest. So I'm going to open the same document I had before. You can just grab some any random text online if you're watching from YouTube here. But let's get into it. So page layout. These themes don't really take effect unless you've opened a template, so don't really worry about those for now. Margins, orientation, size, columns, that used to all be in the page setup. Like if you click this little arrow right here, it shows like the old page setup you used to have, which is fine still to use, but they also have it right here as well. So like margins, I'm going to change mine to narrow, so just 1/2 inch all the way around, giving me more room. Orientation, I can go landscape, so if I have that type of paper in there. And then size, here you can just choose whatever size you want. I'm just going to keep it on letter. And then columns, you can go 2, 3, whatever you'd like. I'm going to leave mine back to the way it was though. You also have line breaks, or I'm sorry, breaks. Like if I do page break right here, it moves everything else to the next line, which is kind of cool. And maybe I'll leave it like that for now. And then watermarks, pretty cool. Let's try that out. So I'm going to go to watermark, down click that, and this would basically, like right here it says confidential. I'm going to go ahead and select that. And you can kind of see, it's probably hard to see on the screen, but it says confidential right here on mine. I can get rid of that too. You can upload your own custom ones as well. Page colors, pretty cool that it allows you to change the colors of the page. It's not like just adding a box, it's actual page color. And automatically, like see the text is black. If I go to these darker colors, it automatically switches to white, which is a pretty cool feature that it has. So I'm going to keep mine as I'm going to go light blue for mine, like this. And page borders does what it says. It's got some cool features, like for example I can pick the style that I want, but it also has art, and you can go through there and kind of see what's all there. There's a lot of stuff. Since I'm a teacher, I'm going to go ahead and pick the apple. I know, very stereotypical, right? But and you can choose control the width. I'm just going to go 20. Okay, and if I hit OK, you can see that it's got apples all around the edges. Now you can see that it's really not what I want because that it's covering up my text. So if I go back to borders, I can also change where that actually starts and ends. So if I go to options, it's got the margins right here. Or how about instead, let's just go to the margins here instead and change them to something that isn't quite as narrow. So I'm going to go with this moderate one right here. There, now it's within it. That works out pretty good. Okay, page borders, okay, great. You can also indent. So let's say I just want this whole paragraph indented some. I can go left and I can just up this arrow. Maybe I'll go in 1/2 inch. That works out pretty well, and you can go left and right. There's also spacing before and after paragraphs. I'm going to go ahead and copy this paragraph, so Control C, highlight it, hit Control C. I'm going to go down, hit Enter, Control V to paste, and I'm going to put 3 paragraphs in here. Let's try that out. Oops. And then again, I'm hitting Enter, Control V to paste, and you can see it here, and there's where my paragraphs start. So what I can do is I'm going to highlight this now, all this text, and go to spacing, and I'm just going to bump that up to 12 point, and now you can see it separates my paragraphs pretty nicely. If this is kind of hard to read, maybe what I should do is change back my page color to even a lighter blue. There you go. Okay, and yeah, that's pretty much it. You can drop this little arrow down and see more paragraph spacing as well. But we'll get into that stuff later sometime. All right, cool. Let's now bring in a picture. So I already have Google Images up. I already have a dog. I'm just going to click on one of the dogs here. Go to full size. I'm going to copy this image. So right-click, copy image. Go into here, and I'm going to paste it right in the middle of this center paragraph here. So Control V to paste it in. And there's my dog. Very cute guy. And you'll notice it brings, if you click on the picture, it brings up the picture format tools right here. But also, it's already in my page layout. So let's say I have a lot of pictures in here. Maybe I'll paste the dog in twice here. So I just got to click off him, paste again, and now he's in both places. Okay, he's kind of big. I'm going to shrink him down just by grabbing the corner of him. Shrink him down by grabbing the corner. There we go. They're all back up to the first paragraph. And I can go to wrap text, and I can do all these different options. Like I can go behind text, so that way you can see right through it. Oops. Give it a second. My computer's running a little slow, I guess. you can go right around it. Instead, let's go, I'm going to pick both the images to be tight, wrap text tight, and it doesn't matter where you put the pictures then, it goes around it like that, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and set mine right here. Now this isn't typically what you'd probably want to do in a layout, but I'm just trying it out. Cool. Maybe this one I'll do tight, and then this bottom one I'll do top and bottom or square. Well, square doesn't make sense. Sorry, let's do top and bottom. All right, there we go. And what else? I do want to show you if you do put them on like this, and I wanted this picture to be in front. You have this bring forward and bring back. You can send them back and forth, which is pretty useful. But I'm going to still leave them over here. There. Right there. All right, and yeah, so that's pretty much it right there. So let's go to references now. You can do table of contents, not really what we're doing right now, and footnotes and citations and whatever else. What's really nifty about 2010 is you can actually choose the style. So for example, in college courses, a lot of times they use APA. Sorry, my computer's running slow here. Usually does APA, but you can choose MLA, and what it'll do for you is you can click insert citation or insert footnote, and it'll have you put it in the right way. So I'll do MLA 7th edition. All right, and if I say insert citation, and I can do add new source, and let's say this book, and I'm just going to do Mr. Bookman, and the title is I Love Word and Dogs. That's the name of the book. Year 2011. I'm going to take any town, USA, publisher, Know It All Publishing, and it's a book. Okay, and if I hit OK, you'll see a source pop up here in a second. It's running a little slow. Come on. So right there it says man. That's my citation, right? And let's say I go to the very bottom now. Very bottom. And I can click now on Bibliography or Works Cited. I'm going to click on Works Cited. And right there it goes. So it already has that information I typed in. Works Cited, blah, 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 and it's got it right in there. So it's kind of nice having that as your own page. Now let's say I want this on the next page. What I can do is I can go to page layout and breaks, and I can do page break right here, and it'll make sure that stays on the page below. Okay, doesn't matter if I type anything more right here. If I hit enter down a few times, oh, never mind, it does just send that down there, so that's cool. All right, can undo that stuff. Oops. Cool. Okay, back to references. So that's how you do that. So, and if let's say I went here and I need another citation at the end of this paragraph and I hit insert citation, I can choose the one I already used, or I can add a new source. I'm just going to choose it again, and there it is. It says man again, so I can use that. Okay? All right, cool. And you can name it however you want. You can also insert captions. So I'm going to click on this little dog here, insert caption, and right now it says figure 1, and I could say dog. Dog sitting. Okay. And hit OK, and you'll see that it just pops up right below it. So it puts a little caption in there for you. We're not going to mess with entries or anything like that. That's fine. Let's go to mailings. This basically is to create labels. Like you can have it so, let's say you want to make a lot of envelopes, and you can create labels on envelopes this way, and it'll do multiple ones for you. You just have to type it in once. Or like mail merge. Let's say you had a list of 20 people, and you want to send a letter to them, and their name to be at the top each time. So when you go to print, you don't print off 20 different copies. You print once, and the computer will send it 20 different ways, one time with a different person's name each time, which is useful. And I'm not really going to do anything else with that. Okay, so that's mailings. If you're into that, there's lots of tutorials out there for that. Let's go to review. So spelling and grammar. So if I check that, it'll go all these places where it says I'm saying things wrong. It doesn't have Puamo in the it's dictionary. So what I can do is I can do add to dictionary, and if I click that, it won't check it anymore. It looks like it said I spelled opportunities wrong here, so I can just go in the text here and just close that out and hit change, and it'll be fine. It also has this Herman guy, it should be Raymond guy in there. That's different. So I can go through there. I'm just going to ignore all on those. And again, I could go in there and fix it. Ooh, there was one thing right up here. So red means it's spelled wrong. Green means it's a grammar error. And it did find one. So let me find out where that is again. Ooh, it's not there anymore. Well, right here's one. Ooh, see, I have a double space in here, so that's why it's green. So I can go ahead and delete that, and it'll show just fine. We can also do thesaurus. So let's say I want a different word for students. So what I can do is I can highlight that and hit thesaurus. And what it's going to do is it's going to bring up this thing saying, ooh, what's a different name word for students? And we could change this to scholars or pupils or whatever else. I'm going to change mine to scholars. And I can hit this little green arrow. And it should go in there. Go ahead. Oh, it gives me different words, but I thought it would replace it right away for you. Maybe not. Maybe I'm missing something. Well, either way, I could type in scholars then. But that's how you bring up your thesaurus. All right, and let's do word count. I'm going to click word count. Mine says 667. Yours might be different. So I'm just going to go ahead and put that at the top. 677. There's translate in languages. We're going to keep ours in ours. That's fine as English. One thing you can do that's kind of cool is, let's say I'm gonna highlight this first sentence here. If I was an English teacher, I could click new comment, and I can make comments about this. I could say, you know, I like this sentence. There you go. And then, you know, the next person would be able to see that. So if you want to send things back and forth, it's good for your English teacher to use this. And then the rest of it, not really going to mess with. That's fine. And lastly, view. So let's say I'm going to hold on Control and wheel my mouse backwards. It's going to make it really small. You can see I have 4 pages, right? If you ever want to get right back to 100%, I can just click this 100% and it goes to it. Okay. Also, you can just change, like, let's say I want to see what it looks like on a web page. I hit web layout, and on web layout, it just shows just the text unformatted, basically, or it takes out the graphics that wouldn't be compatible online. All right, and let's go back to view. I'm going to go back to print layout, though. You can turn on rulers and guidelines. Let's go ahead and keep rulers on, just to try it out. And yeah, so I can go 2 page, 1 page, whatever I would like for that. And that's about it. So that's basically the big things people will use. Hope you learned a lot. If you want to look at the page layout, I'm sorry, the insert and home tabs, these ribbons, then you can check out my other video. But hope you learned a little bit about Word. Good luck. Have fun.